Okay. Thanks for that, Alice. And we're all very blessed, obviously, to have you in our lives. And thank you.
Thank you.
And I guess I'll just start off by saying that the cards that Christina just read are, I would say, very relevant to what I thought we might share today, or what I might share. So I was thinking of doing a meditation where we can first start off by kind of aligning and grounding ourselves, and then connecting with members or a member, I don't know who's going to come forward, of our spirit team. And so this can include any range, as I'm sure you all know, of guides, like whoever is comprised in your spirit team. So that can include saints, like that Christina just mentioned, or other angels, archangels. You can specify if you want, since there are specific types of guides, like there's like, and you're not sure who they are, because we're not sure, I'm sure, of everyone that's in our spirit team. So if you just want to say, for example, that you'd like to connect with your master guide, which is like the main guide that coordinates a lot of your lifetime and makes sure that you're staying on track, and that also coordinates with other members of your spirit team. Or if you want to connect with like a healer guide or a teacher, you can also kind of put that out there when the prompt comes. It's whoever you think is best able to answer the questions that you have, or that would best suit your needs at this time. So that's kind of what I had in mind. And so, yeah, thanks, Christina, for kind of teeing that up for members that we can possibly connect with. We might connect with those, or who knows, it'll be a surprise. But anyway, if you haven't already, you can just start by getting comfortable, kind of finding a seat, whether you are sitting with your feet firmly on the ground, or if you're lying down or on the floor like me, just as long as you're comfortable. And your hands can either rest on your lap or be loosely folded. You should feel relaxed in your position. And we're just kind of going to start off by centering with some deep breaths. On our inhales, imagine that there is white or violet energy coming in through your crown chakra, entering your body and filling every cell of your body, bringing you further into alignment with source energy. And on your exhales, you're just going to start releasing any tension, any stress, anything that no longer serves you in this moment. These are deep breaths, inhaling white or violet light, and exhaling any tension, stress. Feeling more aligned, more centered each breath. Feel your body becoming more and more relaxed after each exhalation. With each inhalation, breathing in that beautiful source energy, invigorating and healing energy. Noticing any shifts that are starting to occur within you as you drift further and further into alignment, into a space of tranquility. Releasing more and more into source. Now, with that more centered energy, we're going to transition and ground ourselves even further. And just imagine, draw your attention to your feet, whether they're firmly placed on the ground, or draw your attention to whichever part of your body is touching the surface or the ground. So if you're lying down, you can draw your attention to your entire backside, anything that's on the surface, and just start to imagine that there are giant roots that are emerging from your feet or from your body that are going deep down into the earth, deep, deep down past soil, rocks, and many layers until the roots reach the core of the earth, heart of the planet. And just feel the weight of these giant roots connecting you with the earth's core. And feel completely grounded and connected to Mother Earth and to Gaia, the Earth Spirit. Now feeling more aligned and grounded. Start to feel and tune in again with the source energy coming into your body with each breath. And then on each exhalation, now start to release resistance. Resistance to healing, resistance to growth. With each exhalation, we'll release any resistance. Tuning in even further. Next, we're going to draw our attention back to our breathing, but specifically now breathing into the space in between your eyebrows. So breathing in and out, focusing on the space directly in between your eyebrows. Focusing on that space, breathe in and out into the eyebrow space. And just imagine that you're turning your attention around now. Feel yourself turning around to look back at yourself in between your eyebrow space. Feel your breaths as you turn around to look within at yourself. Just take your time, breathe into this space that's seeing within, and really start to feel as though you have turned around and are looking inside yourself. See if you can get a sense of seeing into your brain working, the electrical impulses firing, the movement of information that's going on within your brain and your mind, seeing your thought processes. And then drawing that attention down now, looking inward. Move your vision and your feeling down your body to your heart center. So just take a few moments to watch your heart now and see what's happening in that space. Become the observer now without judgment. Watch the internal dialogue that is the movement within your body and within your mind. Become the observer. Gently watch and notice what you see or feel just by sensing it. No need to hold on to any particular thought or feeling, just noticing as the observer. We're now going to bring that focus inwardly back up to the heart space, to your heart center. Now just imagine that there is a golden ball of light emerging now just over your heart. Imagine this golden ball, this warm, healing ball of light is starting to expand, expanding and expanding out, encompassing your entire auric field. Feel the light as it travels outward. Now, with this protective ball of light surrounding you, just imagine yourself now standing in a green field, a forest clearing, by the sea, any healing space that feels most comfortable for your spirit and for your soul. This is a healing space. Allow yourself to emerge standing in a place of your choosing. This is the space that you'll use to meet with your spirit team. And in the center of this space, a door is emerging. Imagine yourself now inviting your spirit team, either a member or members, in. Just say to yourself, Spirit team, I invite you to please come closer. Please show yourselves to me. If you'd like to make a request to connect with a specific member of your team, you can do so. Or you can see who emerges. As the door opens, from it emerges a figure bathed in light. Allow the figure to just emerge on its own. Then just start to notice as much as possible anything that you can about the figure, what they look like, which member of your team is it, ancestor, deity, elemental. And if you're not familiar who it is, you can also ask them to come closer and give you a name. And just ask and see which response you get. And when you're ready, you can also ask your guide, what is it that they're here to help you with? And how are they meant to assist you in your journey? And just take whatever time you need in this healing space with this member or member of your spirit team to ask them whatever questions you may have about your life or about your path here. Take advantage of this opportunity to ask what you feel you need to ask. Whenever you're ready, you can thank members of your spirit team, expressing your gratitude, and watch them go back through the door. Or if you'd like, you can stay with them for a few more moments. Slowly, we're going to transition, bringing our attention back to the golden ball of light surrounding our auric field. And just consciously, if we haven't already, inviting in members of our family, our loved ones that we feel could benefit from being in this golden space of light as well, this healing energy, as well as everyone in the Reiki circle. If you want, you can just take a moment to express gratitude again to your whole spirit team for all that they do, all that they've done to help support you on your journey and your path. And to everyone that we've invited into this circle, into our healing space. So we're all on this journey together. Next, very slowly, start to feel into the inside of your body. Gently feeling underneath your skin, noticing and feeling your heartbeat. And the space that exists just outside your body. Notice how you're feeling now. Notice the temperature of the air in the room that you're in as you slowly bring yourself back, feeling more fully present and grounded in your space. And at your own pace, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, rejoining the circle in the space. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing that experience and for participating. Um, I'm conscious that people like adjust at different paces. So although I normally just go in alphabetical order, actually, Alice, it looks like you actually are ready to speak. You look pretty. um,
Thank you, Ashley. I got a couple surprises on the meditation. The guide that came forward to me that I had never really considered as one of my guides was Melchizedek, that is who is the past life of Jesus, and so that was surprising to me. And when I asked, "How are you here to help me?" And they immediately, I got the words, "We're to help you prioritize my experiences, because I can't do everything that is being asked of me. So I have to put them in order, and I have to eliminate those that I can't go." Um, but the at the end, I think when you came to the point where you said, what message do they want to give to you, or something to that effect. And so very slowly, three messages came in, and I'm going to share them because I think a lot of people here, especially healers, those that give, get caught in the same trap. Um, First of all, ask for backup and ask for help when you need it. So that's the first thing. I always felt that whatever was asked of me, I had to do it myself. And this was one of the first examples of me being able to say, I need help, um, in order for me to keep this going. So, and it's worked out beautifully. So ask for help. And then these two are very personal to me. Listen to the advice that is given to you, because I have a tendency to give advice to a lot of people, but not listen to what is given to me myself. And then the third thing was the same, practically the same. Act on the advice that is given to me. Don't say, yeah, I hear you, and then go on and do everything exactly the same. So that was very lovely. Thank you, Ashley, for that opportunity to receive that from my guides.
yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Alice, for sharing. Um, I see Judy has brought a cat into the circle. Welcome, cat. Um, I'll just read Barb's because I know that your mic is off. Barb says, "Thank you. I brought up my grandfather, my mother's father. I had forgotten how he made me feel safe as a child. He's got my back." That's lovely. Thanks for sharing that, Barb. So next, I believe, would be Christina.
Hi. It takes me always a moment to find it. So at the point where we open the door, so I imagine myself in a field. And the moment when it was time to open the door, before you were about to say, so the moment that I opened the door, I saw kind of like bright light. And then a moment later, Ashley, you said, imagine who's coming through to be someone with bright light. I'm like, okay. So it was nice. That was like a good confirmation. And it was some sort of male figure with a staff, very, very lots of bright light and everything. And it was just so potent. It was kind of like I didn't get a message in words. It was just more like this very strong feeling like, oh my goodness, like when this person is around, all these worries that I have seem so incredibly silly. Like I really got that strong feeling and message. And but then another person kind of came through and it fluctuated, like it came across as a little girl, actually. and very simple. And so I don't know. I don't know what the message was with but two people did come through. And the second one I'll have to ponder a little bit more. But thank you. That was excellent. It felt great.
Of course, yeah. And yeah, I guess like even if you don't get like like words or a message or anything, even just being able to sense and becoming more familiar with like what the different guides feel like their energy and stuff, I think can also be helpful. Because I get, and this is something that I have been meaning to do, but if you like once you've met them, like you can continue to like meet with them just again and again, and you'll like get more familiar with who it is and stuff like that. So I think it's still useful. Um, okay, so I think Corinne is next.
Hello. My experience was nice. I saw actually the Native American, very dressed up, like beautiful, with the beautiful stuff. And my African ancestor, which was beautiful too. Like, and it was playing with the drums and with I don't know how you call it. When you shake it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all the time when they did this, they was like singing, and it was like kind of lifting up everything what I have. That was beautiful too. So I had two ancestors, the Native American and my African ancestor, and then I had the Jewish. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's nice. So I'll probably have to look a little bit more inside, because I know my mom from her side, she's mixed too with a little bit of everything. So I have to look up. That was beautiful. And they told me I have to break up and move on, move forward, break up, move forward. And I always kind of suspicious with, I'm always asking myself, okay, am I connected with my angels or with my ancestors? They just said, just relax and you're going to find the answers. So that was very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great. And then, so Judy, I think you minus the cat are up next.
Yeah, she's looking out the window now. I guess she found her guide over there. That was very beautiful, Ashley. I really enjoyed it. I felt like I really wasn't attaching to anything in particular. I just started feeling just heavy waves of more dense color, which I was surprised, just kind of weaving in and out like purples on top of blacks, on top of greens, and no kind of form or shape, but just feeling calm and very relaxed, and definitely like presence around me. But I've never really had like the way other people describe the visions. Well, I used to, and it's been a long time, many years. And the visions would come through so clear. I would even find in antique stores something that would be like, oh, this is what I saw. So I could really explain to people. And one of the things I was pondering and kind of asking is, why do I not have these intense visions anymore? Like, have you left me? Am I alone? Or it just, yeah, I guess that's really what it was. More like, do I just not need to see who it is so much anymore, or who's guiding? But kind of feeling a sense of loneliness, and why don't I have that connection so strong anymore? And in the very beginning, the only name that I got was, and I don't even think it said Elohim. It was like the Elohim. And I'm just like, why is that familiar to me on some level, but I'm not really bringing it up. It's just not coming to my mind at the time, but almost feeling lonely. Like, why do I not get the visions of my spirit guides and them leading me and teaching me anymore? So that was a shift. I don't know. Just even though I was feeling presence, just not the strong way. Am I just feeling it in a different way, a lighter way? Then so humanized, I guess, in the way I would see it. Was that just when I used to have to see it in more in a human form instead of probably the forms that they're in now too? Kind of almost a sense of disconnection, of loss. I don't know if anyone has anything for that one. Not sad, just different. Like, why isn't it so familiar to me now and coming so easily to me now to um, identify as opposed to feeling a lot of things around me now? How's that one, Ashley? You got something there?
Um, I was gonna say, I think Alice, I saw you going like something with your finger, so I think Alice wants to say something, but
Oh, okay.
I'd be curious to also get your opinion on this, but the two thoughts, Judy, that came through my mind instantly as you were talking, because something similar has happened to me. The visions have been replaced by knowing, a direct
Yes,
download from God.
yes.
And so effectively, visions were great. They were one of the stages of increasing your intuition, and they were one of the stages of you having to continue to stay in your own power, to have your own to feel like, yes, this was real. This is real. You don't need that anymore. Okay, you've transcended that. That's the first thing. But the second thing was the Elohim. Those are creator gods, and
Oh,
they live. You know, there is a supreme creator, and that we cannot, in our finite minds, comprehend his bigness. How big, because there's, no matter how big you think something is, there's something bigger and
right.
something bigger and something bigger. But the Elohim are the creator gods. So the fact that they've stepped in, that's fabulous. That's
Oh,
a fabulous thing for you. So work with them, you know, and just see what, because I think that they each take certain, they have like a certain, like one might be architecture, another one might be gardening, another one might be creative writing, you know, things like this. So each one works with a specific talent. So that was the only thing I wanted to share. So again,
thank you. I've been saying I'm in my 60s. Am I ever going to find out what my talent is?
Oh, Judy, I heard, just like Alice, when you said that, I heard you've embodied it. You've embodied their teachings already in you. So you don't have to see it, because like she was saying, no, I heard they're embodied within you.
Oh, thank you,
That's
Julie, for sharing that.
that's what I heard.
and the only other thing that I would add, and Barb, I see your comment, that that I was gonna say was just, yeah, kind of how I had mentioned earlier about like getting familiar with a presence or a sense of something rather than seeing, because me, I'm not very visual either usually. Like I've learned, especially more recently within the, particularly the past year and a half or so, as I've been practicing more with this stuff, that I sense things much more than like I guess recognize, or maybe it's the knowing that Alice is talking about, a combination of sensing and just knowing things rather than seeing them, because that's always been actually like weaker for me, I think, in terms of like these sort of presences. So I don't think I don't think it's necessarily like a problem, or but I can see how it would feel uncomfortable, because if you've been like experiencing things in a certain way and then it changes, it's like, hey,
Right. Yeah.
what happened? But yeah, and then so Barb was saying, my thought, Mother Teresa said the same thing. She felt that God had abandoned her. However, it changed to a different sort of connection. So
It's
kind of,
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, and okay, see you, Christina. Thank you for joining. Julie, I think you're the last one to share. Bye.
I wanted to say, like Corinne, um, Yeah, I think you said something like just relax. And that's kind of what I have been wanting. And thank you so much, Ashley and Alice, everyone, just to directly connect. So this was amazing for me. I always connect through prayer, but to actually have their presence with me was really a beautiful thing. I was surprised at a few things. One was Thomas Jefferson. I was like, my goodness. I always read his biography when I was little. I have to really explore that. So, but I thought, so that was new for me, almost wisdom and judgment and strength of character. So I really love that. I also thought, Raphael, in pictures I've seen him, but I have a different interpretation. What I saw was he had like copper or red hair. He was like burly, very strong. So it was different than the images I've seen. So that was interesting. And the other interesting thing was holy amethyst, which I only newly related to, but like I don't need to carry all the burdens that I have carried in the past, which was powerful for me. I really need to like let some of those things go. So thank you, Ashley. It was really amazing. I've been wanting this for years to meet them. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And obviously, since I was like speaking today, I didn't do the activity, but I think the first time that I did this, my experience was, and what I did was like, I'm sure like I could have found some recording that did this on the internet too, but I like found a meditation that incorporated like the same sort of concept of meeting the guide. And then I recorded my voice and then did like my meditation listening to myself. And who came through, because I was asking specifically to meet my master guide. I just got an impression of like someone that was like kind of like a warrior type figure, like a male warrior type figure. And the name that was coming to me was like Leonidas or something. And I don't know what it sounds Greek, and I didn't know who that was. But then I Googled it and I was like, oh, Leonidas is a person. He was a Spartan warrior. And he was the one in the movie 300, I guess. I guess he was, I didn't know that. I had never seen 300 and I don't know who that was. But anyway, I was like, okay, cool. Leonidas thing. But yeah, so that's cool.
It's fascinating when you hear, I have a skull and he's green and I had to have the skull. And I heard mossy and I was like, what's that? And every time you look it up, it seems something like, I think when I looked it up, something messenger of God or something. So when you look things up, you're like, am I hearing things? And then you look it up and you're like, oh my gosh, it's actually a person. That's wild.
I mean, there's no way that I knew anything about Leonidas. Like that is, I don't, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's cool. So it's like we can call specifically on these, or just like get more of a sense for how they feel, or when they communicate, or how, yeah, just like their presence and stuff. So I haven't worked as much as I would like to since like learning Leonidas about him. But yeah, I do think I've become a little bit more attuned to just noticing how I receive information. So yeah. Anyway, lovely to see you all as usual. I'm grateful for this space. Thank you, Alice.
Again, Ashley, that was wonderful. I know a little bit about Leonidas, but I'm going to check it out because I think he was the master of the Fourth Reich. And one of his past lives was in Sparta when he and 700 Persians defended a pass, and they were, I don't know, they had something like 70,000 men
Mhm.
that they had an army coming at them, and they defended the pass up till the last man died. And so his typical thing that I got with him was courage. He is like the epitome of courage. So there must have been something that you were facing at the time he came in that needed a tremendous amount of courage, because my sense is that's what he was bringing to you, to your life.
Right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
but this was fabulous. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was very nice.
All righty.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Ashley.
Have a nice weekend.
Everybody have a
Everyone.
Everyone.
enjoyable week.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Alice. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 I can stop the recording, Alice, or oh, she's gone. I'll stop it.